So,
Oh, cool.
all right, this is cause number 23 DCCR 0167. And are you Courtney Joseph? And so Ms. Joseph is on probation for assault on a peace officer. That probation started on December 11th of 2023. It was a 5-year deferred probation. A motion to revoke that probation has been filed with allegation of driving while intoxicated with a child passenger. I guess there must have been at least 3 of those passengers because there's 3 charges. Violation of committing the offense of resisting arrest. Allegedly left the county and was in Orange without permission. Out past court-ordered curfew. The new offenses alleged were at 10:17 p.m. in Orange, it looks like, yeah. And behind on fees. And Mr. LaGroppe has filed a motion asking that I set a bond. It is a deferred probation, so typically a bond would be set depending on certain circumstances. So Mr. LaGroppe, I will go ahead and let you want to call your client, or if you would, ma'am, best you can, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I'm just going to question her about her financial circumstances.
That's fine.
Okay, how long have you lived in Jefferson County?
Since 22. August
Speak up some for me and for the court reporter, please.
August 2022
Okay. Where did you live before that?
in Orange, Texas.
How long did you live in Orange, Texas?
Almost 2 years with my grandmother
And where did you live before you lived in Orange, Texas?
in Portland
Port Off. How long did you live in Port Off?
for 3 years.
Let me ask you this, where were you born and raised?
Orange, Texas.
So you lived in the general area of Jefferson County, Orange, Texas, and Port Arthur since you were born, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever moved out of state or anything like that?
No.
How many children do you have?
I have 5
And where do they all live?
with me.
What type of work were you doing when you were on probation?
I was in care provider.
Care provider. Explain to the judge what you mean by care provider.
I provided for an elderly man. I cook, clean, 3 hours, 3 hours a day, 5 days a week.
How much money were you making with that?
Just $8 an hour.
How much money approximately would you make a week?
How much it's worth? So like 140.
And so you make about $140 a week?
Yes.
So you would total about $600-700 a month?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you and your children live?
On 8th Street.
Do you live with your family or do you live by yourself?
Me and my children, my mom just moved back in.
So your mother just moved back?
Yes.
Before the allegations that are alleged in the motion to revoke probation, who were you living with at that time?
Just me and my children.
Okay. You and your sister?
Me and my children.
You and your children. If you're only making $600 a month, how are you paying rent where you live?
I also get Social Security survivors. My children's father had passed into my.
And how much money do you get for the survivors?
$780.
$780 a month. Okay. And approximately how much money do you have right now in the bank?
I have
None? Okay. If the,
I have something to use. 15.
Speak up.
I get paid around the 15.
This is where things get real. The court is digging into her financial situation to decide bond. And here's the key. Bond isn't supposed to punish. It's meant to ensure she shows up to court. But with multiple serious violations, the judge has to balance risk versus fairness.
how much money will be coming in?
780.
Okay. And so if the court were to set bond at a reasonable amount, okay, would you show up for your court appearances?
Yes.
Okay. You understand the allegations against you, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're going to have to appear in Orange County, correct? I mean, what's the county of Orange? I can't.
Orange. It is.
I should know that. Orange County. So what was your bond set out in Orange County?
3.
3 what?
3,000.
Okay, 3,000. So, and did you post that bond?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had to show up for court yet for that yet?
No,
When is your next court appearance for that?
I have no idea. I was calling every Monday like I was supposed to, and then when this one came in, I turned myself in. So,
Okay. And you did once you found out, you talked to your probation officer, they told you they were gonna file a motion to reopen, right?
yes.
And you reached out to me, correct?
Yes.
And then you turned, and they had to schedule a meeting for, I think it was July 31st,
The 31st, 49 o'clock.
and you turned yourself in the day before,
Yes.
correct? And you knew you were gonna be arrested if you came.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I pass on.
Any
I
questions?
have no other questions for purposes of this hearing, Your Honor.
All right, any other witnesses?
No.
Mr. Nichols, what's the state's position on
I
this?
don't mind the court setting a reasonable bond in this case, Your Honor. I just want there to be sufficient conditions in place to keep her from driving, and she needs to, I think, have an alcohol monitor of some sort. I'll note, all these violations except for the fees and stuff, all are one incident. There's not a history of testing positive or anything like that. So whatever the court sets is fine, as long as we have those restrictions that we need.
Okay.
Can I elaborate?
Yes, sir, please.
Very minor amount. Her mistake was she went to a family gathering. That's why she left the county. That's why she left to go to a family gathering with all ritual. That's wherein the rub lies.
Yeah.
Bad judgment, Your Honor.
Very. Especially while you're on probation for a second-degree felony. So what I'm going to do is grant the motion. I'm going to, is there an order? I'm going to,
I'll follow.
okay. Let me look at one thing real quick. Original bonds. I'm going to set your bond at $20,000. A condition of that bond, if you make it, will be that you will be required to wear a scram device. And that is a monitor that you wear on your body at all times that will alert if any alcohol is consumed at all. Obviously, you will be ordered to remain in Jefferson County, Texas. Just like before, if you leave Jefferson County for any reason without permission, your bond, we're not going to be talking about a bond again. You'll just be sitting in jail waiting on all of this. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you test positive for alcohol, then you're going to end up right back in here. Do you understand that? Anything else?
I think that's sufficient. Your Honor.
All right. Well, if we'll reset it for a regular announcement and see where we get at that point.
And
All right.
I'll try.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Orders.
Thank you. You can just email it. Mr. LeGrop, if you want to just email the order.
And there it is, a $20,000 bond with strict conditions. The scram monitor means zero alcohol, zero mistakes. One slip, and she's right back in jail. This isn't just a warning, it's a final test. The real question is, can she turn things around? Or is this just the beginning of a bigger downfall?